Howdy folks, welcome back to Railroader. We're picking right up where we left off with episode 1. And we're going to get the log cars up on the Connolly branch, get them to loading. And then I might actually go ahead and make a passenger run. I'm not sure. I think we're going to have time. And there were some comments on the first video that makes me think maybe we'll get penalized if we don't run a passenger train. And also quite a few comments saying that the timetables option here in the beta can make it more profitable for passengers because it's more efficient, I think. So we might actually look into that too. But to get started, let me hop up here in this seat. We're going to set up these cars. So if you haven't done this before, I'm going to just control left click. We'll open up the inspector. You can also right click, go to inspect, either way. So we want to go over here to operations, and these are going to unload. Oh, never mind. It looks like we can't do that probably until the tier is activated. It won't be activated until tomorrow, but we can set them to load. So we're going to copy that all to coupled. If we hit tab now, we can see these all need to go up to L2. So since we have 8 of them, and 8 will fit in the L2 spur, we're going to go ahead and take them all the way up to L2. L1 here is closer, but I think only 5 cars will fit in here. So we'll buy a cut of cars for that eventually. So we're going to take it up here to L2 to get started. And I'm going to have Al do that. So let's limit him to 15 as we back out of here. Now let's just tell him to come over here. That'll get him started. Take it away, Al. Let's get right in here on the action. Beautiful. A little bit of weird anti-aliasing here and there. I don't know if that comes through in the video or not. When I'm moving around, it's very noticeable. Alright, while he's doing that, I'm going to turn this back on. Let's come up here to Connolly. So if you're hovering over the map, you can do Control T, and that'll teleport you up there. Might be some new folks watching these videos, so I'll kind of go over some of the basics. Then I'm just pushing Control G here to set a waypoint for the waypoint mode. So that is L2. We'll have him take those cars up there. So number 2 might be doing double duty today. Passenger and freight. So while that's going along, let's open up. I think it's this button. Is that timetable? No. Oh, I think we actually have to enable it. Oh, I remember right. So if we go to settings, features, timetable. So do we want to make a timetable? Maybe. All right, so that came on. Now we have an extra button up here. Switch list. Equipment purchase. Oh, there it is. Right in between. Empty timetable. Right, timetable. Add train. I think I have to make a crew actually. So we're going to start that simple. We're going to have train number 1. There we go. Last type passenger. And it's going to be, of course, Whittier and Ella. And I don't know how much time. Let's do it like 11 o'clock. No, that's not right. Load time must be. Forget how to set the time here. Arrival at. There we go. No, that's not what I want. Not specified. Departure is at. There we go. We're going to depart Whittier And then get here in about 5 minutes. I might have to go watch the tutorial again. This is very confusing. Doesn't meet anybody. He arrives in +6. There we go. And then do we give him a minute to load? Is that what that means? Yeah, he arrives and then he departs. But then he has to be a different train coming back though, right? I don't know. We'll set that. So that gives us a timetable going from Whittier to Ella, right? Apply. So if we add another train, 2 coming back. That'd be eastbound, right? Okay, and we go from Ella to Ella and Whittier, and then he's going to depart at 11:07. And we're going to add 6 minutes. Is that right? And then apply timetable. Might not need that other number there. So edit, if we go to train this guy. No. We have to have the departure. He's not departing. Okay, well, whatever. I don't know if that'll work, but we might try that. So I should be able to get back down there by 11 to depart Whittier. That gives us over an hour. I forgot I limited him to 15, like a noob. All right, so he's chugging upgrade. That's fine. Actually, we'll just set that to 30. I think 25 is the limit. Most of that. So let's go over here now, and we in theory don't have passengers unless there were already some. I think there were already some waiting here. Yeah, so they were already waiting here. So there's 27. Those may disappear because I think when you activate the timetable, it changes. We'll see how that plays out. I'll put a break in here while we chug up the line. And we'll pick back up when we're getting ready to do some passenger. We're coming past L1 here. I was just reading the in-game guide. And I forgot there's a starter template. So maybe we want to use the starter template. Undo what I just did. You push F1 or you come up here to wherever the tutorial is. Tutorial. You can find info here. I just clicked on timetables. Was reading down through here. But creating a timetable, recommend using the starter timetable included with the railroader. Click the gear icon, select load predefined starter. So let's try that. Let's get rid of my timetable. And we'll keep the old number 2 here in the background. All right, so I'm going to do edit. And I want to... By load, will it overwrite that? That's kind of what I want. Load predefined starter. Yes, replace. Okay, so how did they do that? Okay, apply timetable. Yeah, I don't want any of those. I guess that it doesn't matter because they're not available. If we go look at... The only ones we have here are highlighted. So we have Ella and Whittier. so we want to do westbound. So, okay, so it's all relative to the first one. So the first one is departing. And then everything else is just unspecified. Okay. Somehow I ended up with something different, but either way. I don't want to have that timetable, though, because you can see the times are all goofed up here. So if we start unchecking these, so we end up with just the 2 towns that we actually have. And then apply. But I want him to depart at 11 o'clock. Apply, and then... No, I did that wrong. This guy I want to depart at 11:07. And this guy I want to depart at... Because we're going to start at Whittier. 11 o'clock. Apply. Okay. In theory, that's going to work. I don't know how it determines which train is which. I need to look into that. But we're going to get disconnected from these cars here. So I'm going to put on a couple handbrakes. Learn from experience, you want at least 2 handbrakes up here. This gets quite heavy when it's full. We're going to shift click on there. That will set the ankle cocks, unhook the coupler, and we'll get Al sent on down the line. So go down there, Al. Then I'm going to open my map. So we're going to come on back down here to the passenger car. And we'll say, Al, just come back here and couple onto that. And he'll make his way down here. I'm going to do a little more reading while he's making his way down here and see if we have the train set up right. We've made it back down here to East Whittier, and Al's backing up to the passenger car. And get us hooked on. Then we're going to be a passenger train. That'll do. Alright, no handbrake. Like the ankle cock on the other end is good, so we just shift click on these. He is all hooked up. Okay, so while he was coming down off the mountain, I did a little reading. Discovered we use train crews for the timetable. So we go up here to crews. I've created a passenger train crew. And I'm not in that right now. It's going to be used by the auto engineer. So then once you have this crew, you can pick the train symbol from your timetable. So you can see here we have trains 18 and 19. So we're first going to be doing 19, which is westbound, Whittier to Ella. So I've got 19 selected. And then that tells the auto engineer what stations to stop at based on your timetable. At least that's the way I understand it. We'll see if it works that way. So we don't need to be departing Whittier until 11 o'clock. So I'm going to probably be resting a little bit. But let's go ahead and get the train moved over there. We'll see how many passengers are waiting. And then we'll do some waiting ourselves. And we'll see if we can get this passenger train to work. All right, Al, take it away. And here we are pulling into Whittier Station. I just noticed on the way over here I didn't relabel the car. So the passenger train is the East Whittier Logging Company. We may change that to a more appropriate name at some point. So with the engine assigned to the train crew and whatnot, it looks like we're all set. So I pulled up the passenger tab on the car, and it's got the stations in there. I think it's going to manage those automatically from what I was reading. Some of this is going to be trial and error. So we don't have to depart here till 11. I'm curious. Yeah, there's still 23. I don't think they start boarding till closer to time. So let's see what happens when we get closer to time. Okay, I fast forwarded to 10:54. There's definitely passengers in the station. Nobody's boarding yet. Oh, I didn't set this to set that to road. Maybe? I don't think it said. It just said auto engineer. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't really say. I think any auto engineer mode should work. Like road or waypoint, I would think. Nobody's loading up yet though, so I'm kind of wondering if we need to do this. This. Oh, maybe I have to have the car on here as well. There we go. Okay. So in the instructions, it says, it talks about the engine. I might have missed it in here somewhere. I didn't see anywhere where you had to set the train crew for the car as well, but apparently you do. So, okay. Now they're loading up, so then he should pull out of here at around 11 o'clock. I wonder, does he just need to be on the road mode? In full speed? Is he taking off now? No, it's not what we want. No, stop. Stop! Let me do some more research. Okay, it does say the auto engineer in road or waypoint mode will now stop at the appropriate passenger stops as it would without a timetable, but it will also wait to depart the station until the timetable departure time. So I backed the train up. I'm going to set a waypoint over at Ella. And my theory is it will pull forward. It'll wait then here until 11 o'clock. I reloaded save, so we're back in time now. So if I come over here, well, they added some buildings over here at Ella. We actually have a farm supply building now. It was in the new patch. And if I set his, let him go maximum speed. So if I set him a waypoint here, what I expect to happen is he will pull up here to the Whittier Depot and then wait till 11 o'clock. Because that's the departure time. And he is train 19 west. We'll see if that's what happens. Nope. So I'm fundamentally misunderstanding something? Because he definitely didn't stop. Let's have him stop now. Stop. Let me just double check here that after I loaded the save, I forgot to do something. Yeah, I forgot to do something. That was my bad. Redo. Okay, reloaded the save. This is it's an adventure, isn't it, folks? We're figuring this stuff out. Don't worry. By the time you're watching this, I'll have it all figured out. So bear with me. All right, so let's go in here. We want to make sure he is on the passenger train crew. Yep. Then we want to open the passenger car. We want to make sure he is on the passenger train crew. Yep. I'm going to copy that from Timetable. Okay, so that's all set. He's all set. Let's put him now back on. We'll just do road and say go forward. Okay, just need to go that fast. We'll send him to 15 in case it doesn't work as expected again. Okay, station stop, waiter depot. There we go. So if you do all the things right, then it works. I forgot when I saved, I didn't have them set for the right train crew, so he didn't know what he was supposed to do, which makes perfect sense. We'll let him go full speed. And I think I'll just have him on road. We don't have signals or anything yet to worry about. So I want to go out to Ella and put a fusee down. So he will stop out here. That was, is that Control F? Yep, there we go. So we'll just set a fusee right there. Now if we fast forward time, should depart at 11 o'clock. And people are getting on board. Excellent. So if you click on time, it'll pop this up and we can say, wait 15, wait 15, wait 15. Everybody is working on getting on board, so I will see you at 11 o'clock. You know, I almost forgot to hit record. 11 o'clock, and Al's pulling out. Right on schedule. Pretty cool. So we head down to Ella, and then I'll have to switch the train up for him to come back. And I don't know how that'll work with going backwards. I assume it'll work okay with him in reverse, but we'll find out. So I'm going to head on down the line. Let's get a little flyby here as we leave Whittier. I'll see you down the line at Ella. That was a pretty quick trip. And he sees the fusee, so that is good. We should see some passengers getting off here. And we're a little bit early. It was about right. It said 5 minutes. It took pretty close to 5 minutes. Hold the passenger up here. We can watch the passenger count. As soon as we stop, it should start decreasing. Also, while I'm down here, let me go to locations. Yeah, I do have that set for T-Run. All right, cool. And then something happens. We not let them off until the time. No, there it goes. It took a little bit. Oh, maybe they were holding the doors till the time. Nope, they're unloading. And it said he would set his speed to 0. I don't know if the fusee was interfering. It said in the help once he reached the final destination, it would set his assigned speed to 0. So let's see if that works. I forgot about that. I'm going to put the fusee down. You may wait till everybody's off the train. I'm not sure. This is a learning experience. Stop for fusee. There it goes. Cool. So it's set to 0. So he won't go past the station even on road mode. I like it. Okay, so we need to open up the engine and go back to operations and say... Oh, no, it's not here. It is... The train crew stays the same, but you go into the train crew. Departing Ella station on time. Okay. So we go to cruise and we change it here. We change the train symbol on the train crew. So we're going to set it into east. Train passenger train is now timetable something or other. Yep, 18. So in theory, Yeah, we're loading passengers. I think I have to do copy from timetable again. Yeah, there we go. All right, people loaded up, and he's going to depart. So once we get the other engine repaired, I'll probably make a different timetable or expand on this one. Because then we'll have a dedicated engine that just goes back and forth. Running passengers, maybe twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, something like that. Should be done, right? Oh, I didn't reset his max speed. Did he realize I just set him to forward? Or reverse, I mean? Yeah, he did. All right, cool. All right, in theory, he's going to head back to Whittier and stop there and set the speed to 0. That'll be it for this one, folks. A little bit of a ramble here as we figured out some of the new passenger stuff with timetables. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.